So somebody asked me to review this Mike Reed guy. I did see this Mike Reed guy. Now he's trading. So here's the problem. Why people are mad at me, I suppose, is because I'm trading Forex. I'm not trading stocks. I used to do that, but the commissions were too high. I used to trade commodities. Commissions were too high. Data feeds are too expensive. Had to pay 15 minutes. I had to pay $280 a month for real-time data. Real-time meaning 15 minutes ahead of the public. Forex is public. Forex is, it's like, so there's two camps. There's the conservative people. There's people that will only buy stocks if they're above $10. No, Investors Business Daily people. I could go to Investors Business Daily people stock meeting down the street here, about 50 miles away. And trust me, they're not Forex traders because they would just say, what the fuck is Forex? I mean, it's the new kid on the block, I suppose, Stocks has been around for how fucking long? My God, the books are written about stock market. Not to mention these young whippersnappers with this Bitcoin shit and Dash Coin, Dog Coin, and that, the Whale Club. And talk to these people, In the end, what's really going to matter is if you can wake up in the morning without ass cancer. That's what's really going to be important. So everything else from there is just not that important. Plus, can you clean your room? Jordan Peterson, clean your room. I organize it. I don't think it's clean. I know where shit's at. In fact, if I do clean it, if I put stuff in drawers, I won't be able to find anything because I don't know where the fuck I put it. So when I throw out the radical idea of buy low, sell high, people are like, well, that is just preposterous. Duh. And then the next question I was getting yesterday in the stream was, how... anybody's question. So how deep do I buy? How far away from current price do I put an order in? How big is the ticket? Well, I've already answered the size of the ticket for me is 1K. So I can put an 80K on in an 8-pip range without repeating any entry price. These are just facts I'm stating. I guess people just can't handle the facts of trading. Guy asked me to look at the Mike Reed thing. So I'm looking at Mike Reed. I remember this guy. Nice guy. He's got an office. I mean, these are normal people you're talking to. This guy's trades stocks. He's showing how he does his thing. This guy's just civilized as they come. I'm not. I'm a barbarian. I'm just always thinking of a different design. I'm not happy with the designs I see. The cars suck dick. It's just like lame shit, man. But maybe I'm wrong. So I see the same problem in the you can go to any, I've done it. I mean, I could do it right now. Now what this guy's doing isn't even on that same classification. Here's a guy taking in data as if and I almost want to say that he reminds me of a guy that's doing betting on sports. Oh, let me see that team winning or losing, but I don't have that view of the market. I have I would say 100% visual trader. I'm a 100% visual trader. I can't even, when I read the numbers, people will be talking about the market. Hey, do you think it's going to go to $1.2330? I'm like, let me see if I can find that. And then I look at the chart and it's 5 fucking decimals. I'm like, dude, to this day, I'm looking at the chart. I'm looking at the thing going, well, that's what 8.5 pips looks like. That's 185 inside the script. That's a 185 entry as opposed to a 184 entry. Think of the resolution of these fucking markets. I don't know if this is the way it is for the guys over in I'll have to take me a looky-poo over there. I think it's like, what's the ES Mini, the smallest increment of movement? Maybe that should do a thing on that. Well, I'm not paying any spread, but I'm paying commissions. And the idea that you're not paying any spread is another harebrained thing. For a swing trader, they wouldn't give a fuck. Dude, I don't care if I'm fucking paying like I was just fucking bitching about 500 pip at the bank. Come back in 3 years. It moved 3,000 pips. Okay, 500 pips is a chunk. Then you've got the people that did discover the secret of trading was to buy resistance and sell support. So they take that strategy to the 1 minute chart with a spread of 5. How'd that work out for you? Right? It's like Baby Don't Hurt Me. You remember? Baby Don't Hurt Me. And these guys are belly bucking at the discotheque. And, you know, guys on the stock radio today said people have been peeling money out of their retirement accounts. The market goes up. Says, you know, well, we're in distribution phase right now, or we're in reaccumulation phase. Is this shit that hard to figure out? Look at the monthly Dow Jones. Oh, it's big swings in the market. Sounds a little bit like somebody's cashing out. Some big boys must have sold. Oh, God, did you see what happened in the market? Maybe I'm just too bitter, old, cynical. I don't know. I vacillate between optimism and cynicism. Everybody's in a different leg of their life. I guess when you get old like me, you just don't give a fuck. There's people older than me. But something would happen to you at some point in your life, and you just go, you know what? I guess I'm me. That's not going to change. And how do you do your other stuff in life? I would ask somebody here. This is probably a little bit too probing. People are asking me to see my money. How about your money? How about, what do you think's risky? I'm drinking coffee every morning. I'm spending $3. Let's see, that'd be like, so for the math guy, let's say there's 300 days in a year. Let's trim it down. We'll lowball it because I may not make it through the year. So if I drink coffee every day, maybe I don't drink on Sunday. 365 days a year. We'll just go for 300 because I can't do the math of the 65. There's another problem. Why aren't there 400 fucking days in a year? Who the fuck set up the calendars? I don't know. Is there a different... Oh, I use the Mayan calendar. When the world's coming. Really? So you rented a space in your head for the end of the world's coming movie. And you want to trade Forex. Man, your belief system is really critical, you know. If you don't think there's free money out there tomorrow, if you don't think there's any low-risk trades next week, then why are you trading, right? Even this guy here. Look at this shit. I don't even see a chart yet. I'm having anxiety. Like, oh, these fucking numbers. Oh, my God. What do these increments mean? Let's see. So, is that how much money he made? Or is that... See now, I'm looking at these numbers going, dude, that's your balance? Holy shit. I thought you had a big, giant dick. That's your balance? I almost think these guys, I'm assuming, are asking me to see my accounts. I think even the gold-digging girls aren't like, you know, this guy's not so bad. I mean, he's an asshole, but does he have money? Because he is posting these things, you know, with them talking about money. So let me get a gander here. Is that your balance there? Get $1 million? You can complain all you want. Isn't that funny? You can be the biggest fucking ass. How about this Sean Penn book? I was hearing excerpts from that. I'm just catching up on the media. What is this guy? Is that haiku? What the fuck is that shit? Anyways, we're looking at Chicago Board Trade Options volume. This guy reminds me of a guy that does football betting. Well, I'm going to see the stats of that team. So if I was betting on football, I'd want to see a chart with MACD of the fucking guy's performance. He's about to get his ass kicked. He's in wave 4. He had his wave 3. There's another depressing thing. I was reading a book once, and it had the life cycle of a stock, and I thought, oh my God, we're all stocks. We're going to die. So I got really depressed. So I was like 40 years old reading this book. The life cycle of a stock? I go, holy shit, am I in wave 3? You mean to tell me it's wave 4 now? So I guess I'm coming up on wave 5 of my life. So consolidation is wave 4. So wave 3, maybe you're 28 years old. And then you're like, okay. And actually you can live off of wave 3 for a while because it hasn't retraced to the end of, it hasn't pulled back 50%. So if your life is a trade, and you don't see that, I don't see it on this math in front of me. So every time somebody's saying, look, you made money there, look, you lost money there, I'm saying that's not what I'm talking about, patterns in the market. It's what do you do with the pattern you see? Could you have been in wave 3? Yeah. But you'd have to believe that wave 0 exists. So you have to believe that you're born, right? That it's true. You're here. And I guess when you're gone, you wouldn't even know you're gone. I always think that's what's sleeping. So last night, I had another one of these dreams where things are working out, things aren't working out. And you're like, but this is the same story of when I'm awake. It's just the scenery's different. So I'm in these wild I'm like, I hate this. Like I have a lot of phobias about drains and stuff like that and being trapped. So, and I would just come up on a zone like that in the dream, in a visual scene. And so I guess that's probably what people would feel like if they were trapped in a trade. So there's nothing different between like the idea that you're going to read a book and it's going to change how you think is fucking ridiculous. Because you're reading it. Now, granted, if you had a robot reading it, and you could, I guess that's why people have kids. They're trying to create a better version of themselves. And, but unfortunately, your fear is you'll, if you're not filtering yourself, you'll transfer your fears to your kids. And even if you try to not do it, they can see or tell because we're still animals to the degree where they say the gaze in the eyes into the mother, there's a connection there, right? So there's this, thing that happens, and you kind of, it's nobody's the same. So you're getting now. Some people are closer to others. So the people at the extremes, the outliers. So whether you're a genius or a total moron. So I had to. That's a big. I watched that Stefan Molyneux, and he's really into this IQ thing, but people don't understand that if you want to survive in this world, there's people that survive quite a bit of time without being smart. So having IQ doesn't mean you would make money in the market or even be successful in life. There's a lot of just terribly genius, poor people. So Stefan Molyneux likes to make these arguments, and I'm like, yeah, but not to mention, what is your goal in life? If it's happiness, then just do heroin. Just whatever. You just get lost in the happiness. And so okay, so if you work a normal job, right? It's almost guaranteed unless your boss crashes the car that you're in. Um, or he doesn't maintain the car. He didn't have the regulars maintain the car. It blows up. You could die at your day job, but for most intents and purposes, you'll get paid at the end of the week. And if you don't, you get a lawsuit against them. Like that guy's like, well, what do you do if you lose if the broker goes out of business? Okay, well, what if you lose on the next trade? Why are you even trading? I just don't get this. The whole reason I came to it was because I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm ready to take some risk. Oh, take a little risk there. Listen, I bought guitar strings for years. Broke them, wore them out. In fact, I got to the point where I'm like, they sound so good for the first 2 hours that I'm not even going to play that thing. I'm going to go play another guitar. And I'll beat the shit out of that. So that's plus I would practice scales on that other guitar. And I'd be like, okay, a bit of meditation. See, my version of meditating, so I tried to do the meditation thing. Had an anxiety attack, couldn't meditate. Meditation is bullshit. You should meditate. Well, what if you're meditating's masturbating? What if it's painting? Same thing. What if you just like to watch a movie? Went back to trading. I mean, people live their whole fucking lives without meditating. Well, their job's a meditation. I've traded many times where I'm just like, okay, here we are. Hanging out with a fucking crazy bitch again. Huh? Used to this. I mean, I should call Stefan Malney and tell him my story. He'd be like, well, but I was able to get out of the situation. But, everybody's got a story. Life's full of chaos. I mean, you could be sitting here right now and all of a sudden somebody come knocking on your door with a Gatling gun, a potato Gatling gun. What are you going to do about it? I didn't prepare for this one. Wasn't on my... It's not even showing up on my Gartley. I don't even know if I... normally, if it doesn't show up on the Gartley, it's not even a good idea, so... What the fuck? Then you're going to go trading where anything can happen. And it doesn't seem like it. It just doesn't seem like anything can happen. You're like, no, I mean, okay, well, I could move here, I could move there, and oh my God, it's moving here? Why? Why is the price going so far up and down? What the fuck? I better check the news. It makes sense. This all makes sense. Any normal person would be like, holy shit, how much did you buy that? So I also had lunch one time with this guy named Tom Basso, who's him and his wife made so much money in the silver market in the 80s or something, and crude oil. Crude oil trade. This guy's so big. Desert Storm. It's up $10 a barrel locked limit. And he's like, wow. He said he was shaving the mirror shaving, and you heard on the news that when it got to $40 a barrel, he's like, wow, this is a good... He'd never traded before in his life, I don't think really like that well. And then the market went against him. And so he got punished to pieces, him and his wife, in silver and crude oil. So now it's down limit, And I think they probably just barely made any money, right? But they were seriously up on these trades. So after that, he said, well, here's the trick. I'm into Lotus trades now the rest of my life. But I don't know if that was the best idea there. His reaction was, and he's a successful money manager, his reaction was to cut back on the size. Only trade a certain percentage of risk. But see now his windfall, he made a bunch of money in that, and that's what kind of contoured, the euphoria, but then the punishment contoured the rest of his trading career, which if he wouldn't have been euphoric about the win, he would have said, okay, mathematically speaking, that's more money than I've ever fucking made in my life. Maybe I should just take it and go. Or if he was greedy, so what is greed? Greedy that you stayed in? Would it be greedier if you got out? Getting out of a trade early is greedy, isn't it? Or is it greedy to stay in and have it go against you? So all this shit, and some guy said yesterday on the stream or something that whatever you say, I would say the opposite. Well, of course. That's how Ayn Rand used logic. She'd say, oh, really? Then the inversion should be true. Oh, it's not? Oh, then you're full of shit. So I'm saying you should be able to flip it over. For a guy who's a bull to make money, has the same strategy as a guy that has a bear to make money. If entry tactics, if there's a way to step into the jump rope with more than one foot and more than one jump rope, just like your real life, you'll be a successful trader. But if you can't manage your dog and your mail service and I'm talking about the paper mail, not if you're a gay guy that rents other gay guys, but so how would it make any? So it's just like this. What do you think of that guy? What do you think of this guy? Well, this guy is definitely, like I said, he's making. Another thing is people say, well, I guess this is another problem I have with my YouTube channel is talking about ideas. And I guess people want to talk about money with no fucking idea. So it's like, you must have an idea, right? Like, and then never see anybody ever put a trade up on my chat thing. Very rarely does anybody say, well, I bought here in this range and I'm holding. And they don't even have to say how big they're in, or even if it's a real account. The funny thing is, for all this shit people give me, I don't hear anybody saying, even this guy that's talking about the bridges, right? This bridge in Florida, I'm very fascinated because I'm an engineer, so very fascinated about the bridge in Florida. And looking at it, to me, I would just say, at a glance, designed to look pretty, not well engineered for people to walk on. Concrete bridge, all that weight, This kind of looks like a toy project. It looks like a project from middle school. Nice bridge you brought in, Johnny. Can we put a keg of beer on it and see if it... Oof, Johnny. No, so good. How about the... do you remember... well, I think they still have it. Engineer contest #1. You take an egg, you put it in some fucking... You build some kind of parachute for it. What's up with these fucking people? And I just so sick of it, man. I'm a real radical person. I'm just sick of it. All this bullshit. Well, you got to go to college and you don't have a degree. And this fucknut, this hog guy that's not accepted at some college because SAT scores are very important here. Oh my God. SAT scores. Dude, I've hated, I don't even know what to tell you. I would run away from the planet. I bet, I'd go to Europe. When I was in Europe, I should have just... I was in Italy when I was 14 years old. I should have stayed. Honestly. I was like, it's better than where I live. Food's good. People aren't uptight. I'll stay. Besides, look at all these old buildings. Apparently they've been doing it for a while. Dude, the fucking... You can't build a bridge across a fucking highway. Well, these are engineered bridges that are brought in. Okay. Well, why are you doing it like that? You could have built that bridge. What are you, fucking nuts? You ever heard of scaffolding? Not to go off topic, but think about it. Dude, first you build a bridge you can stand on while you build the real bridge. Well, how does that work, Johnny? Well, okay, it works like this. You put planks of wood, like a subflooring in. Then you go, okay, let's take a look what we got here. Let's build a bridge. No, you know what they did? Well, people are driving underneath the bridge right now, so we'll compromise the design of the bridge because we have not figured out how to build two bridges. We don't scale into our trades. We just put a big ass fucking bridge up. Look at that. $300,000 position in that bridge. Oh, good work, Johnny. You're a fucking genius. What the fuck is wrong with people? Nobody wants to scale in. Everybody's impatient. Everybody's waiting for, show me a system that works. Do you have a signal service? Well, how do you feel about a 300 pip stop? I got a signal service for you. In fact, my signal service, if I had one, would be, today we're going to buy again. What? You mean we're going to add to a loser? That's right, Johnny. Because we don't want to blow up the bridge. Are those people fucking nuts? Yeah, I trade real money. I know what it feels like to be down on a trade. I'll tell you right now, as arrogant and as egotistical as I am, I do not like. That's why I trade demo quite a bit, because I'm like, am I right about this trade? I've got my hotkey keyboard from Germany, my Cherry keyboard, $50 used on eBay. I've spilled fucking shit in it. It still runs, this motherfucker. This is the Chinese one. The German one's on the other side of the room. It's like just a million keys. And that's set up, and I still haven't got it set up. I ran it once, across 10 demos, so I had this like a master script launching keyboard, and then I would just go to the next broker, flip through the screens. I had this thing called Go Screen. And because I don't have a Go Screen now, and I should put it back on, but it was kind of acting up with Windows 8, is I could flip through a virtual desktop, and I could see the brokers list and their account numbers on the right. That's what I should do, is just show you how I do 10 demos. It's called Go Screen out of Russia. And the guy stopped. It was beautifully clean. It was kind of squirrely with the way Windows. Plus, I turned off Windows Update on Windows 3.1. I refuse to update anything. I don't even care if somebody steals all my stuff off the computer, because I've got my stuff in the clouds. But I just, oh my God, so much work. But yeah, I'm just here to say that I wanted to put my 2 cents in on what I've seen so far in my life. Yeah, I do like the old time days of going out and paying. I paid $2,000, and it was Van Tharp, but his guest was Tom Bezos. It's like 1993, 1995, let's say. And so that was quite an experience, and it leaves them, you know exactly, you're recording that in your head as it's happening. So here I conned this guy to have lunch with me, because it was just me and him. Because I just casually went up to him, my sociopath, but just act very nonchalant. I try to act like I care, but I didn't care, Same thing. I went downstairs in the morning to the workout center in this hotel in Chicago, and it was just me and Mark Douglas in the workout room. And I thought, wow, this workout room's small. And I was just like, I didn't want to be like this dick, So, how do you make money, man? I just said to try to be like, have a normal conversation. And I just thought, no, I want to see how this guy. I just want to see that he's just he's just a all these people think that somebody in Hollywood. Just look at Sean Penn's book. This guy's fucking complete fuck. He's like the moron down the street that you know. He just happens to be making. He makes a bunch. See, this is the thing. My parents would talk like that. Well, he must be doing something right. He's making a bunch of money. Okay, that's great. So money, money, money. Everybody wants to see somebody's how you making money at that, and this is loses money, and Paul Ryan or Ryan Brown's losing money. It's not that he's losing money. Everybody loses money. It's like, dude, really? You really fucking if you can't trade and you programmed a robot and you know robots don't work, from the standpoint of you can out-trade a robot, you should be able to, right? If you're organized. Now, this guy here, this Reed guy, he's organized. He's making money. He's a normal guy. Even he's making 10%. That's good money. Oh, yeah, on $1 million. Like I said, you think the banks are going to go hog long? And so you think the bank was going to invest in that bridge and fucking... What the fuck are people thinking? So let's do an analogy here, a metaphor or analogy. I just love analogies because they're analog. They're analog. I like analog more than digital. Digitalities that are the binary options. I was talking about the binary options on this Discord. Yeah, you know, my broker said no more binary options. Well, binary options are just, it's really, you have to be faster than a scalper to make money at binary options, because don't forget, options are based upon time decay. The longer you wait, the more it goes away. So here's a trade I was in, this big trade in Chicago Board of Trade. This is back when I was paying all these fees for satellite hookup, and I was in two options I bought for like $120 a piece or something. I assume it was about $120 a piece. Near expiration in the U.S. Bond market. So this guy that was talking about bonds, this troller talking about he's in the bond market. Well, I was in the bond market back then, like year 2002 or something. I don't know. Maybe it was, let's see, it's about 2000, probably 2002. And so the bond market's come unwrapped. Yeah. No, they're drifting down. Drifting up or down. I can't remember. Because, I think I'm always buying, so I'd say they were drifting down. And then they exploded up. And these options went from like, oh God, they were only worth like $30 or $60. I thought, they're just going to, they $31.50 they're worth. Because $31.50, I remember now. These bonds are really weird. It's like $31.50. What the fuck? It's like a troy ounce of gold. It's not like an American ounce of gold. You mean these ounces are different? Yeah. Them's a troy ounce of gold there, son. You didn't even know that, did you? So, God, no wonder I'm getting ripped off. Fucking brokers. And that thing exploded, dude. These things were worth like $2,400 a piece in 3 days. But I got out when they were worth $1,800 a piece. I called my broker. I said, I want to get out of the market. I just made so much money. But those were better than lottery tickets. Those, last options trades I ever did was the bond market. I can't say I was, but I just thought, hey, I'm willing to lose, it was money I could blow. And then here comes the Forex market. I'm like, oh my God, really? Holy shit. And so, yeah, you could look at level 2. I'm just saying I'm past level 2 trading. I'm worried about where my fucking trade levels are. Do I have an 80K sitting out there somewhere waiting to get tagged and bagged? That's my concern. I always knew it would be. I knew it. I'd never give a fuck about what anybody else is doing at some point. I think when I was a kid. Like, I think to only be yourself, you cannot even give a fuck. Rashke said it. If you're waking up in the morning to see what this guy's thinking, that guy's thinking. So it's a double-edged sword, I get that you have to come to a chat room or a Discord channel with... It appears what people are doing, and they're either going to do humor only, which I just, unless I can hear the inflection, I don't know. I guess, But then some people are honestly like, well, dude, what do I do here? Like, this is crazy. Can I make money doing this shit? What the fuck? And then an auto chartist. I had auto chartist once. It's all so silly to think about making money trading when, if you think of it in terms of you could just figure out the best way to trade and just keep doing that same trade over again. But you have to be realistic. You couldn't do the same trade over and over again because the market's always changing. It will never be a similar trade, but not be the exact same trade. So it's not like you're going to build one gun, and be like, dude, no matter what happens, this thing's good in small places and it's good in big places. And there's a time when the market would go into a trend. Now, if you're looking at the weeklies, you're like, oh no, we're in an uptrend, and we can counter trend trade it. And if you're counter trend trade guy, and so this is the personality comes in. You hate trends. You probably could be good at counter trend trading. Not if you hate them to your demise. So at what point does the market prices, and the marketplace you're in? So it's not just the prices that are trending. People are, I think they've saturated. So what I'd say about the current trends sociologically, as far as you got your iPhone 10 and all this shit, I think it's climaxed. I think it's done. I think NASDAQ's going to see it in price, but it doesn't mean that one's causing the other. I think this NASDAQ's ridiculous. So here we go. It's going to be like a pendulum thing. And usually the problem with the pendulum swing is when it gets to the edge, it stalls. And there's a doji. And then it comes back. And it's unlike a real pendulum. It can come back harder. And, or it could drift back. And the markets don't have to. It could just be a constant slide. Markets don't have to crash. So you climax. NASDAQ's in wave 3, wave 4. Doesn't really crash. It just consolidates for the next 10 years. Bitcoin will probably consolidate for another 10 years. Gold's still going to consolidate. Gold's never going anywhere. I don't want to break your heart. It's not going anywhere. I said that 2 years ago. I'm right. You're in consolidation, man. So are the baby boomers. And they're going to die. And honestly, I wouldn't trust anything you see in any media, because the young people that I know, okay, everybody has a vice, some are smoking meth. No, I mean, I'd say that every generation's smarter or more, I guess more clever, because and this would, I guess, mean that your parents must have had some shit together. And they're able to, plus another bonus is that the young people who are born into this, they're not having to adjust like old people. They're not bitter. They're not stuck in a thought, maybe. And so the young people are able to adapt and stuff, and it's hard to kill yourself. If you hold your breath, you won't die. So the universe is benevolent. I do believe that. It's a benevolent universe. If it was not, if it was malevolent, we'd all be, it just wouldn't continue. It seems that Much of the sadness that people think the world's coming to an end, it just keeps going. Or that the debt even matters. You hear this shit, well, the debt's really high. It's like, whatever. Dude, we've had debt for years. Deal with it. In other words, just get more paper, the decimal points moving. Just deal with it. So, here comes the next week. And people make predictions. What currency is going to go where? This is there. Blah, 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 blah. It looks like dollar yen's going up. Should you buy in the open? How do you feel about a 300 pip stop? And this is anybody, I would say to anybody. And nobody wants to talk about Forex on this goddamn thing I'm doing. There's some cunt that from Germany that comes in there and he's like, this guy named Paul Ryan Brown. What the fuck? No stops, no take profits. Yeah. You want to just joke around? Okay. But don't be like saying stuff like, well, let's talk about Forex, and then you never talk about Forex. It's like, well, let's talk about it. You know, where's the market going to be? And you want to be a master predictor? Okay. Where's dollar CAD going? Give me a time and price projection. What kind of trade should I put on? Right? Who's the best broker for dollar CAD? Some are tight. If you go over to, when I was trading over near Asia, spreads on the yen were amazing on that broker because he had a great fucking liquidity pool right there. Whoever he was getting his money from, you're trading currency, not trading eggs. And so it's hard to do an analogy between trading and really coffee shop, but I will. I'll be selling coffee. So say I want to open a coffee shop. Well, there's a lot of coffee suppliers, right? There's a lot of flavors of coffee. I could specialize in one flavor or two. This way I'd have to stock less. I could get a better price. I could compete with Starbucks. I could set up next to Starbucks and go, you know what? We're called Dark Light Coffee. Here, I'll give away a free a genius idea. Dark light dark coffee. Maybe blackandwhitecoffee.com, right? Make it racist. And just be like, dude, we got two blends. You want dark roast or light roast? Come on, what do you want? Today we got Ethiopian light. We got our dark is some fucking Sumatra shit. What do you want? And you sign off on flat rate price. Here's my coffee shop. Flat prices. We got $1 drink, $2, what do you want? That's McDonald's just did this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got stuff on the menu for 1, for 2, 3. It's just a linear scaling price menu. I could go up against, I just set up right next to Starbucks. Really tasty sign, black and white coffee. I use that fucking, yin yang symbol. If I see this out there, I'm fucking suing you. And it's just like drive-thru, fucking cute ass drive. There's a place down here that has like hookers serving you coffee. I swear to God, the coffee shop's just big enough for her ass. It's just like these chicks are handing out coffee with fucking cleavage, like Benny Hill shit. And they're doing it. They're busy. Drive-thru, bam. What do you want? You're out. See ya. Cream sugar, bye. And you know, I'm not going to do the Starbucks thing. Besides, Starbucks is fucking. You think they're not writing off all their losses and all that bullshit they got in there? What do you fucking know? You ever run a business? Talking about taxes. Write it all off. Why do you think your fucking phone bill costs more for a commercial business? Is your phone any different? No. They do have a thing where they'll come out and rescue you, though, quickly. So if you have a commercial connection, they're like, dude, if you're down 24/7, we're here. So you are paying for instant relief of their fuck up, or your fuck up. Granted, but really? Like, so they know you're writing it off. That's why, just like your fucking tuition's high, because they know you're getting a government loan. They're like, dude, we got these bitches coming in with loans. College? To be a what cost what? Are you fucking kidding me? Well, to be a surgeon, you need... Well, that can I have some of my tuition money back so I can buy my own fucking surgical tools? So when I get out of college, I can fucking work. I worked for these guys, you know, in the medical profession. I go to their office. They got shit from school. I go, dude, this isn't even tungsten carbide. This is just made out of steel. You're using a steel burr to cut somebody's bone, cut somebody's teeth, or no, to adjust the crowns. Oh, yeah, the crown's fracturing. Huh. Might be that steel burr that's overheating it. It's not cutting it. You're like trying to polish it? What are you trying to polish it? These are the same assholes that put the bridge up in fucking Florida. Well, we designed this on paper. It looked good on paper. I mean, a couple tweaks here and there, and next thing you know, a couple people died. Now, that's a real crime. That's a true crime there. But do you see anybody wanting to outlaw engineering school in Florida? Well, these guys went to college? Well, the aquifers in Rome are still up. There's something wrong here, kids. So I'm not surprised. I guess maybe people are getting dumber. Maybe I'm wrong. It could be wrong, but yeah, listen to this guy's voice.
A quick look at my...
Oh, wait. Let's see if I get the audio on here.
And my internal indicators and show you what my nightly routine is when I go through my overview. What I do is I collect the internal...
Here's another thing that's a real trigger word for me. Being a defiant little child. My whole life is routine. Another routine. But I love chaos. That's why I'm trading the market.
Internal components of the market. Advancing issues, declining issues, advancing volume, and declining volume.
See, now to me, without a picture, I'm like, these are just numbers, man. Is that a lot of volume? Like, okay, here's my... I'm watching... I got questions for this guy, the Reed guy. Is that a lot of issues up? Should I start... join the crowd? And is that the beginning of a trend? Is this wave 1 or wave 3? Or is that wave 5? Should I sell? Is that a lot of volume? I got questions for a lot of these guys.
New highs and new lows.
Okay, 50 new highs, 20 new lows. Should I wait for like 65 here and 15 at the bottom? Or should I scale into it at this point?
And then for the S&P 500...
I like this guy's voice. He sounds like he could be in the movie Scarface in one of the... He's a character. Oh,
the open, high, low, and close. And for sentiment, I use the...
sentiment. I always thought that was a very... That's what they say RSI is. Sentiment. You mean, is this the stuff at the bottom of my beer mug, the fucking yeast? Is that like, if I drink red wine, and is that the stuff at the...
VIX. So the open, high, low, and close on the VIX.
The VIX. Volatility index? I thought that's what that was. I don't know.
And the put-call ratio.
Oh, the put-call ratio. Is that good or bad? So with all this data, this guy's going to make a trading decision. I'm interested.
So I collect my data at night. This automatically does it for me.
Oh, well, that's no fun. I want to manually collect it. Come here, data. Come here, boy.
I update, collect them all, I paste them into the spreadsheet, and what I get then is I get my information is coded here. So
coded? Oh God, more numbers. Can we see a chart? What's it gonna take for him to rip out the charts? Hey man, listen. I'm about 3 minutes from taking a Xanax. If you don't stop with the numbers.
This would be the S&P 500 cash, and then we set up with my indicators, short term, uh, intermediate term, and long term.
I don't see any indicators to you. Waiting.
And give you a quick look at last week. We had a market got hit hard into Wednesday.
Where do you see, what's he talking? Where do you see that on the chart?
And Wednesday finally showed some signs of capitulation.
It did. How are you reading this? What number? The bottom number is the bad number, or the top, or the? Let's see. This H must be Monday. I no. This is gotta be. Wait. Let me see if I got this April. This would be buy. This is like, what is that? C stand for? Oh, gee, I don't know. See, oh wait, week, date. Oh, here's the date. Wait, no, wait a second. Okay, but no, it got hit. What, these two down numbers? I would have bought that for a dead cat bounce. I would have got out here at +9. Oh, nice recovery there. I'm up 50%. I bought these 2 bad days. So I'm digging it. All right, I would have sold this up day. I would have sold here. Looks like it can only fluctuate 1%. Here's 2% down. Would have bought that hard. Would have got stopped out. Would have bought this just as hard as that. Right? Here's when I made money. I'd say that this is an engulfing pattern. Down 24, right? So if it's down, okay, my system works on his too. Oh, bullish, bearish. Well, it looks like they're evenly matched here. Like it's ranging or something.
The ES fell almost 25 points on a closing basis that day.
So if you bought on close, and it probably dipped lower.
3 down days in a row, and get to something else in a minute. But in any case, you go across my spreadsheet here. When things start lining up, you get a bunch of greens. That's a buy. So look for buys. And at least it's a sell negator. You don't want to be pressing sell side when you're getting a bunch of greens under normal circumstances, and vice versa. If we had a bunch of reds here, it'd be bearish and sell. But we have a bunch of.
He's gonna go with it. He's gonna chase it. Wow. See, I'm a contrarian. And we would both make money because he's going to need a wider stop for his. If he's a trend trader, he's going to need a wider stop. A contrarian trader does not need a wide stop on a scalp. So if you're going to go against the herd, the mob, on the dailies and weeklies, your stop needs to be. Plus, you know you're going to be in a trade. If you're a swing trader, you've already told yourself you're going to be in the market for anywhere from 8 hours, I'd say, to 8 days. 8 days. 8 days a week. What is this guy doing? We don't know. Is he a scalper? Is he going to go, you know what I mean? Getting the sizing right is going to make it so that you would be able to do a big swing, a small size. And you could be a trend trader with a small size or a large size. But you're really going to go, to keep your dollar risk linear, you're going to go in bigger when the market's quiet. When the market's loud and volatile, you have to go smaller positions in wider stops, because if you're If it's all about the amount of money you're risking, there's no other way to do it. We're stuck with these facts.
The green's starting to line up here with the Bollinger Band, the Band-Aid.
Oh my God. See, this guy's a money manager. The Bollinger Band, the Band-Aid. Oh my God. That's so cute. The Band-Aid. How about the duct tape? He does have a 2-period RSI. This is a 2-period RSI guy. I think he does use RSI 2-period. I know there's another guy using 2-period RSI. It's a very whipsaw. It's very smash number. Look at that, 99.8. 2-period RSI. Oof. But in the end, he's making money because he's managing his risk. This is a ridiculous system. You can see that.
My 5-day momentum. Go across the spreadsheet a few more. I'll show you a picture here. We have the various moving averages, 5, 10, 20, 50, and 200 day. So
he reminds me of Andrew Cardwell, who talks just like him, and he looks at numbers. And I'm just like, give me a chart.
As far as price was going, price-wise, my indicators, we had some green on just price indicators. These aren't RSI or those types of things, but internally. This is the price versus the Band-Aid. That was a buy signal.
The Band-Aid, it's cute. Anyways, so that's that. Anyways, if I have another thought, if I have any more problems, I'll do another video.